What is up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be focusing on the Big Dime 146 DB Sting. There's also another version of it. You have the, where is it, DB Sting 2 Buzz. Really, the blitzes behind this, you're just going to be sending 7. I'm going to give you guys a few pointers on how you can attack these 2 blitzes, as well as what you need to be looking for also. So we're just going to start in this DB Sting, or just DB Sting. I was about to say DB Sting O, but DB Sting out of Big Dime 146 in the Miami Dolphins off defense. There's a lot of defenses that have it, but we're going to be working on this. So first, a common mistake that people will go into. They're going to either bunch tight end or gun bunch. Gun bunch, yeah, while it has the best blocking, you're going to run into some serious issues. Let's just go into something that has a man beating route. I won't go into verticals quite yet. That's a good one, but let's go into bunch trail. That corner out beats man coverage. So go ahead and set this bad boy up. Make sure this guy is in a contain. This guy is in the contain. And so this is what you're kind of looking like. And sometimes what they're going to do right here is they'll bring the safety down and just hover. Now they're not going to, they may send themselves on a little blitz like this. And so then you're technically blitzing 8. And at this point it is unblockable. You can't block it. There's nothing you can do unless you really want to screw yourself over. But generally what they're going to do is they'll man themselves up or do literally whatever and just hover right here. And it's kind of going to, in a sense, make the computer think he's blitzing 8 when they're only really blitzing 7. So first off, a mistake that a lot of people are going to do is like, okay, max protect. Yeah, I'm going to pick up this 7-man rush. That's a big problem. You've got 3 routes going against 4 defenders. This user is now 100% free to cover any kind of route that he thinks will get open. And depending on how good their man covering corners are, if they're pretty good, then they might be able to bag this corner out and drag route, and then he's just going to double cover maybe DeAndre Hopkins or whoever it may be. So I'll show you guys kind of what I'm talking about right here with this little max protect scheme. So first off, we barely pick up the blitz. And secondly, we still really don't have much time. While we may have that corner out open quickly, we've got that drag route quickly, it's still a risky throw. Again, we'll just give you guys one final look at that. Make sure these guys are both in contain. Not quite yet. I don't run this blitz all too often, but we'll go back into max protect gun bunch. I'm going to make sure I put B on a drag. And then we can try and look for Cootie right here. They may even do this. Sometimes they're going to hover over onto the same side of bunch and try to lurk you. You got to be really careful about that as well. So again, max protect. We're limiting ourselves with routes because now we only have pretty much 2 hopefully man-beating routes. And this drag sometimes are going to get bagged. And that corner out sometimes are going to get bagged as well. If they put a claw flat, bagged. If they put a curl flat, bagged. Outside third, bagged. Outside quarter, bagged. You guys get the point. It's very easy to shut down that corner route. And that corner route's going to be absolute money. They can also do this. So I'm going to make sure I've got the right guy that's going to be running a corner route. I'm pretty sure it's a slot receiver. And we're going to go ahead and just double him. So now there's literally nobody. You went into max protect and you didn't even manage to blitz it. You can slide, you can ID the mic, and do this all this other crap. But that still does not guarantee you to pick up the blitz. As you guys saw right there, it just came through screaming 7-on-7. We didn't even pick it up. I'm not wasting my time to go slide protect. I'm not wasting my time to do ID the mic, because ID the mic sometimes because ID the mic sometimes doesn't even work. So what's the point in using something if it doesn't work, guys? You gotta think there for a second. So again, we're gonna go ahead, press. This time what we're gonna do something a little bit different. There is a specific play I want to cover, and that is verticals. Be careful with spamming this play. Again, you can run this as a max protect. You could drag down your Hopkins. You could slant RB and then motion him over, or even put DeAndre Hopkins on a little fade route. Whatever you guys want to do. If you think you've got a mismatch, take advantage of it. But really be careful spamming this, because again, if you spam a play, if you go max protect, you're going to get hurt frequently. So now I'm going to go ahead and motion over this little slant route. It's going to be taken by the user. But then you're also going to have the wheel route open as well. So right here, motion over, snap. You can see I'm trying to control like 2 controllers at once, but you've got B. B, you notice that time was bagged by that man coverage because he switched to a deep zone. Now, I don't know what dictates when he switches to a deep zone or goes into a spy or whatever. I can't tell you guys that. It's random, I tell you. You never know what he's going to do. But you saw right there, it was bagged. So we've got some issues we've got to deal with. First and foremost, when somebody's sending a heavy blitz like this, you got to send more routes on the field. You can't just try and block it every single time. Now that motion slant is going to get open against pressed man coverage every single time. The issue with this that we run into is the user. The user's going to see that if you keep doing it, and he's going to manually take it away. So you've got to be real careful. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and take a timeout. Usually if somebody likes to send this blitz, I want to go into a formation that's a little more spread out. If you're going into a compressed set, they're generally going to have an advantage over you. So a formation I like to go into is trips tight end. You can block it out of this as well, but then you can only send 2 routes if you go like block 8. So we're not really going to focus on that all too much. Instead, what we're going to go into is we're going to go into PA shot post. Now we want to make a couple of adjustments behind this. We're using the Texans for a very specific purpose, and that is because DeAndre Hopkins is a 99 overall. You can do 2 of the following. You can either put, I'll probably put Will Fuller in right there in the slot because he's fast, and then DeAndre Hopkins, I would actually want to move him over into the middle receiver, and then Cootie or whoever your next best receiver is over there instead. Now, the reason for putting DeAndre Hopkins right there is because the crossing route, depending on how good your receiver is, can sometimes beat man coverage. Now, in a press man, you're going to have some issues still because they're going to get bumped and it's kind of just going to get all clogged up a little bit right there. If that's the case, we're going to be looking for our slot receiver on this wheel route to absolutely toast his man over the top for a one-play touchdown. So let's go ahead, get into PA shot post. We're going to be working back into the big dime 146, that DB sting, and then we'll work our way back into the DB sting 2 buzz. DB sting 2 buzz is far easier to attack than this DB sting. So we're going to go ahead, set this blitz up. Contains, make sure these guys are both in a contain. And perhaps now they're going to user this guy that's on the tight end because they expect you to go to a max protect. So we got an issue we got to deal with again. So I'm going to make sure that I have pressed. We have, good. First off, we need to get rid of this play action. We can't have play action. And this is kind of where it's going to, you do got to do a little bit of slide protect. We're going to slide away from the tight end and then running back and kind of hope that our tight end and running back pick up the guys. You're going to come in free from the right side. You can also do a little bit of an ID to the mic to the right, and that will kind of balance how the blocking all settles out. Again, ID to the mic isn't the most consistent, so just kind of be careful of that with how you go about doing it. I'm always looking to more so dot this than worry about blocking it. Next, what we want to do is we got to take this user out of the equation. So in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and put X on a slant, and we're going to motion him over. The 2 reads on this are going to be the slant, the motion slant, or that wheel route. Now, the wheel route has to have time. It must have time to develop. If you don't have the time, he's not going to get open. So right here, we're going to go ahead and motion this over. Oops, I'm on, where am I at? We're going to motion him over. I'm going to hop off this safety right here and then motion snap. You can see that time, touchdown. Well, if we had time, we'd have the touchdown. I think that was Khalil. I don't know who that was. Somebody that just came through. It was probably Khalil Mack. Let's go ahead and try that one more time. I don't know why. Oh, that's why. Move this guy over. There we go. He was the one supposed to be blitzing. I thought it was this guy for some reason. Move that guy away. I don't know why that happened. So, again, we'll try this one more time. That was my mistake on that one. We'll try and block this again. We're not really looking to try so much as to block it as we are just to try and dot it. So we're going to go ahead and slide to the left. Motion this guy over. Make sure I'm off anybody that's manned up. Motion this slant. We're looking for the wheel route or this motion slant. This motion slant is going to be absolute money. Hopefully, if we get the time, you can see right there, we don't get the time. Again, that's really hard to block, but you have the slant. And if you can throw it quick enough, you also have the wheel route. I want to see if we can block this. We should be able to block this. Blitz is not unblockable. I've done it multiple times. So come on, EA. My pin has given up on me. I'm going to slide protect a couple times to the left. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Right there, you can see we got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. We're going to do a little swerve and touchdown. So perhaps you need to slide protect a few times. Maybe keep the play action into. I don't know. This game can kind of be a little confusing for even some top tier players as well. So right here, we're going to go ahead and do a press coverage. I'm going to make sure I'm off Will Fuller, just kind of take him out of the equation and hop onto somebody that's blitzing. I'm going to slide to the left, put X on a slant, motion him over. Maybe the motion's screwing it up. I don't know. See if we pick it up. We do. And we got the touchdown. You can see right there. Swerve and dot. Now you also have the slant open as well. Now if we go into instant replay, we can kind of look at the crossing route ran by DeAndre Hopkins to see how well he beats his man. He might not beat it. Last year, crossing routes just absolutely torched man coverage. You can see right there. Crossing route. We get the chop block we need from a running back. Crossing route. Wide open for a touchdown as well. Slants open. I mean, everything, quite literally everything is wide open. If anybody likes to run 1-4-6 and blitz 7 at you or 6 or whatever the number is, I'm almost always going into trips tight end. You guys saw with the bunch, you're so compressed, it's a lot easier for a user to guard all those routes that they're going to send out against you. And so usually compressed sets are going to struggle really bad against, well, picking it up, obviously, and then also just getting the break that they need for the routes to develop. So we can also see if we can work out of maybe a different, like a 2x2 set, like a spread Y flex. See what happens right here. I don't think this is going to work all too well because we can't even block it, which is going to be the biggest struggle, especially if they decide to go press coverage against us. But we'll go wide receiver under and see how well we can dominate the guys. And again, this is kind of just a little bit of a lab working together here. So we're going to go ahead and get this blitz all set up. We've got 4 wide receivers. Pretty sure this guy's on the blitz. And we could have potentially 5 routes running against 4 defenders. Now, obviously a good opponent can adjust. I'm going to make sure I hop off the contain assignment. A good opponent can adjust, but if you are going to go by like a 5x5 set, we're going to go and do a press. You notice the safeties won't press, so that's an automatic W for us if we wanted to slant this guy and slant our tight end and do something like that. At this point now, they're going to either do the following. They're going to hop onto this guy, or they're going to just really struggle guarding a spread formation. Now, I don't know why those guys moved up. I didn't tell them to. Okay, whatever. I don't know why they're doing that, but right here we should have leverage, and we should have either our running back, Fells, Kubity, Hopkins, maybe, but we're really not going to be looking for him all too much. You can do him on like a little smart route, dig route, but realistically, A, Y, or R, B are going to be the reads right here. So we'll snap the ball. We're not going to panic. We're going to get the ball off in time, and we're going to have running back wide open, and slant's going to create a screen on the same side of the field as well. So we'll do that one more time. I'm going to go ahead and press. Move these guys in. Oops, not that. To where they're in a contain assignment. And just try to get as many routes out on the field as we can. So right here, snap the ball. Throw it. Run. Gain of 5 yards. When somebody's sending a blitz this heavy at you, you're not looking for like a one-play touchdown off the bat unless you're going to trip tight end and bomb it over top. You're looking to take checkdowns and either force them to get out of the blitz and start playing a little more coverage and give you more time to make some reads or run the ball, whatever it may be. Or you're looking to just try and dink and dunk. Honestly, that's going to be the best way to attack it. So let's go back into trips tight end. Let's go back into this PA shot post. This time we're going to go over the cover 2 version of it, the DB Sting 2 bus. So pretty much the same exact setup. It's a press, it's a blitz everybody. Keep it contained. I'm going to make sure I've got the right guy on the contain and move this guy over. Again, this is going to be far easier to beat than that cover 0 would. And here's how I'm going to go about doing it. I'm going to go ahead and streak my tight end, block my running back, slide to the left a few times, and then I'm going to put B on a hitch. Your hitch route's almost always open. There's almost no hesitation in throwing that whatsoever. If you see the corner coming off a blitz, if he's dropping into coverage and a vertical hook, he's going to be bagged. Let's go ahead and snap this ball. It's right there. Dot. We pick up the blitz as well, and we get a gain of about 10 yards. Let's go ahead and set this blitz up one more time, kind of break this down a little bit. Move this guy over, make sure they're in contain assignment. Blitz everybody. This is the blitz. It's pretty simple, self-explanatory. Slide, 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 slide. Don't ask me why, but sliding to one direction more than once seems to help. I don't get it, but see if we pick it up right here. We don't, so we got our hitch. What kind of Deshaun Watson, everybody? But you guys can see we've got the hitch wide open as well. One final thing we can do is I like to go into either verticals, if they're playing like a cover 3 version of it, or what is it? I can't remember what the play is called. I just know what it is. So we go back into trips tight end. It is double end cell. That's another play I like to use if they're going against a cover 2 with me, or at least that version of cover 2, DB sting to buzz. Move this guy in, get over to the slot corner, move him in. Make sure I've got these guys contained. Now, what's nice about this play, I'm not really looking to block it more so when I'm using this one. I'm looking for really just quick throws up the seams. Now, you got to be careful because there's also another adjustment they might do. They'll sometimes move this deep half down and maybe move it to B to just get rid of that quick seam throw. And then maybe do this same thing. I don't know what your opponent's going to do. A good opponent may do this, may not. I personally wouldn't, because if something goes wrong, you just give up a touchdown. But they may do something like that to just prevent the seams from being taken immediately, in which case you got to be really fast in reacting to this to throw it to DeAndre Hopkins almost immediately. So right here, snap the ball, throw, dot. So while they may make adjustments, you got to be real fast in reading, reacting, and throwing. It's got to be done in about 1 second. So this is kind of how I'd go about attacking a big dime 146 blitz, whether it be the DB Sting or the DB Sting 2 Buzz. There's a lot of different things they can do out of it. They could do a cover 3 out of this. They could do a cover 4 out of this. It's honestly infinite what kind of coverage they could put behind it. But these are just 2 plays that I would go about using it. If they're sending 7 at me, I'm almost always going to go to the PA shot post, or PA shot post, whatever it's called. PA shot wheel is how I've known it from the Patriots book. And almost always throw it to that hitch until I see them finally drop that guy into coverage, and then start maybe sending 4 routes on the field. And then when they're dropping everybody into coverage and just rushing 3, start sending 5 routes out onto the field. This is just a very basic game of chess. So that's going to take care of this video. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure you hit that subscribe button for more tips in attacking the Madden NFL 20 meta. And until next time, guys, get in the lab. This has been T-Meister. See ya.